Alright, welcome back to another video. So today, doing some work on the Mustang. I'm going to be switching to these white face gauges. What's cool about these are like the 03-04 Cobra style. The electroluminescent blue or green. These are getting kind of hard to find. You know, back when I was modifying these cars a lot, these were easy to get. Now it's almost impossible to find them. The only place I found a set for a GT was from a place called John's Mustang. And he looks like he's had them on the shelf for a long time. So I don't know how hard these are going to be to get moving forward, as it appears they only manufacture them for the V6 cars. At least in the white face. It's not too difficult of a process. I'm going to show you how to do it. Alright, so here we are in the car. Now, to get this front panel off, there's a couple Phillips head screws up here that we need to take out. Well, depending on the year, it looks like these are maybe T15 Torx bit on my car. Yep. Well, that works since I have that right here. So then we need to get this headlight switch off. Now, there's a couple of different ways to do this. There's actually like a little tab, but sometimes if you just give it a good yank, it'll come off like that. But getting it back on, might have to remove that metal tang, but I'll show you how to do that here in a minute. So now, just gotta pry this out by hand. Just held in with some clips. We'll drop the steering wheel down, make it a little easier. Alright, so now there are just 4 T15 screws holding it in. You should be careful when you take those out. There's one on each corner, not to drop them down, so I'm going to use 2 hands for this. The cluster kind of comes out like this. And if I reach behind there, there's a couple wiring connections. Just push it on the clip. Pull it out. And we're going to take this to the bench. Quick, before I forget, to get this tang off, so I'll just pull it off. And I'll put that back into the switch. So the cluster itself, there's 8 T15 Torx screws that you want to remove all around the perimeter out of the black plastic. Alright, so this part just lifts off. Put it somewhere it's not going to get dirty on the inside. I'm going to try to clean this up a little bit because there is a decent amount of dust inside. You just don't want any lint to be left behind. Alright, so in the kit, you've got your gauge overlays and the wiring. Just kind of set the wiring off to the side here. And what you want to do is you don't have to remove any of the needles. You just want to kind of put them up in orientation. I'll show you when I do it here. Where we can kind of slide everything over all at once. Or you can see I've got them all kind of just pinned under there. You just want to like kind of pull them into position. So I just got this one. You can see they're all free to move easily. That's what we want. Except this one over here, it's a little tight. So just need to kind of work it. What it kind of did is it pinned the needle. So what I did is I just took a little flat blade and just pried that up a little bit so it's free to move where it wants. Alright, so right before you stab this down, make sure all your needles move good. And then just carefully set this in place. You can see the effect is immediate. It's pretty cool. So this controller's got a bunch of different outputs. We only need one of them. So I'm gonna plug it in real quick. I'm actually gonna try this on the bench here just to make sure everything looks correct. So I'm gonna apply power. That's what we're going for. Got a dimmer built in. And so there's your blue. And my favorite, the green. The wires coming out of the side of the headlight switch here. There's a dark or a gray wire in the middle that applies full 12 volt power no matter what the dimmer position is. Now there's another wire, it's the blue and white. That's the dimmer, which you can see turns up and down. We don't want that one. We want this parking light wire, which I know it's hard to see on here, but it's gray. So that's what you want for a ground. You can just run a little self-tapper into the metal here, is a good ground. And then we're gonna feed that control down somewhere where we can reach it. A lot of people like to mount it like right here, so you can reach down and control it. That's kind of up to you. I mean, if you know where you're going to want them all the time, but sometimes it's fun to switch back and forth between the colors. So I just removed the two 7mm bolts that hold the parking light switch in and just unplugged it. It's this big solid wire. There's another smaller gray wire. You don't want that one. It's this big solid wire in the middle that we want to tap into. All right, so I'm kind of a solder heat shrink type of guy. So I got that strip back, got that power wire soldered. You can see I've got the ground screw screwed in there. Then I just fed straight down through there. This here. So I'll figure out how to mount that when I'm done. So now before I get too excited, I'm gonna tape back up that harness, plug everything in, make sure it works, start the car, make sure the needles move like they're supposed to before I put all the screws back in. And you can see I zip tied the control box up out of the way to that metal support post that runs across there. All right, now it's in. So let me just check, make sure everything works. It's like it could be positioned just a hair. I don't know if you could see that. And it's good. But let me make sure all the gauges work. I mean, I can see that well. So obviously you have to let it come up to operating temperature to check the temperature gauge for sure. You can see it did come up. And obviously turn on the lights. So that looks kind of good. So real quick, it's kind of bugging me, this part right here, because they were just slightly misaligned, but my car has a check gas cap light that comes on down in this lower right corner, and that's like a radiator, you know, warning indicator. So it was wrong, so it was shining through incorrectly. So being very careful to stay below the glow part. This part doesn't glow down here where those idiot lights are. So I just took a razor and trimmed that out real quick. So I think that'll look better. So I'm gonna find out here. Right, so I think that looks a ton better. I actually kind of prefer it black, to tell you the truth. But now, you know, everything is as it should. The lights. And I took the time to line up the turn signals really well up there. Basically, I just brought the cluster out, and before I put the lens back on, I like set it that way when it was plugged in. And you can actually put a little piece of tape on there to hold it if you're having trouble having it stay aligned. Just a little tip. So underneath here, there's a little 7mm screw right here. I think it's 7mm. Check that. Alright, so I just took the 8mm bolt out. I had to enlarge the hole, but that tucks that. It's pretty much hidden under there. The one thing I'm slightly concerned about is if a leg will hit it, but there's really like no way. I'd have to like jam my leg up into the dash. So you can just reach down, just the brightness. That easy. Alright, so that's all there is to this project. Just snap your headlight knob back in. You can see you have to push that middle clip back into the plastic. That's all there is to this. Not too hard, just take your time if you want it to look good. You can see it really does enhance the look of the dashboard. And it gives us that cool 0304 Cobra style in your Mustang GT. They do sell these on eBay for V6 cars. So if you own a 9904 V6 Mustang, or even an earlier 94 to 98 Mustang GT V6 Cobra. The only ones I found hard to find were the 99 to 04 GT. Again, I found them at John's Mustang. You can just Google that, see if he's got any left. If the video is helpful, be sure to like it, subscribe for more content just like this, leave a comment or question below, and until next time, thanks for watching.